Mind mapping is a powerful tool for all forms of planning, and we've already seen how you can use it for project planning, but let's extend that to talk specifically about strategic planning. Strategic planning can seem like a hassle when you just want to get on and run the business, but there are a lot of reasons for creating strategic plans, as you can see here. They're very important for setting the long-term direction of the company so that you know what the company will look like in 5 or 10 years' time. They form a framework for decision-making when you're doing your business planning. They're a framework for your operational planning and help you set your priorities, product lines, levels of service, and identify your target market. They enable you to very clearly explain the business to employees, contractors, stakeholders in the business, strategic partners, and customers. They allow you to get a clear picture of the difference between your current position and where you want to be in the long term, and therefore stimulate change in the right direction. And they form a basis for accountability of both the staff, especially senior staff, and the plans that you make at lower levels like business and marketing plans. So, what should strategic plans contain? Here's a list of some of the main items. The vision of where the company is going in the medium to long term, the mission of the company, what it's all about, the values of the company, explaining why you exist, your specific objectives as a company, what strategies you will use to achieve your objectives, and the goals along the way so that you can plan to meet those goals and be able to measure your progress. For your strategic plan, you could start with a mind map like this and add sub-branches for each element, but you will probably end up with a huge mind map. So what I would suggest is that you download this mind map from Novamind Connect, and for each of the top level branches, decide what's important for you and adjust the second level branches and third level branches to suit your needs. And then for each top level branch, use the New Map from Branch option to create a new mind map for each of them, and then brainstorm the details under what have now become the first level branches of the detail maps. One important part of the strategic planning process is doing a SWOT analysis, where you identify the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for your business. Using more traditional methods of doing SWOT analysis, you just consider all the strengths first, and then all the weaknesses, and so on. One of the advantages of doing this using mind maps is that you can be open to use brainstorming techniques where you come up with ideas that relate to all 4 areas in any order, and you can attach them to the mind map as branches at the appropriate place as you think of them. We do have a SWOT template built into Novamind so that you can create a mind map based on that template, but there's also this extended SWOT analysis template available on Novamind Connect, which may help direct your thinking in appropriate directions for strategic and business planning. When you've gone through the strategic planning process and identified the detailed vision, mission, values, objectives, strategies, and goals, it's often useful to feed the main points back to an overall strategic plan mind map, which you can then make into a poster for your office and also include with a company prospectus or bids for contracts and so on. This helps everyone within the company or associated with the company in any way understand what the company is all about and where they fit in to the accomplishment of those objectives. Another specific strategic thing to consider is business continuity planning. Using a mind map such as this, which is also available on Novamind Connect, again, the brainstorming structure of mind maps comes in handy to take these ideas and build out a picture of the risks that your business faces, and then build a risk mitigation plan. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you have the response and recovery plan like this. And here we can use the same techniques that we used for project planning and management to ensure that everyone understands the objectives, the roles and responsibilities, and how to effect a speedy recovery from any disaster. It's at times like that that you need to have the clear and efficient communication that's provided by mind maps. So as you can see, using mind maps for strategic planning helps make sure that all aspects of the plan are dealt with properly in a way that everyone can understand and see what the strategic direction of the company is and how you're going to achieve it. Now, the next obvious thing to be doing with mind maps is business planning, so we'll cover that in the next video.